You can be a white ally and still like wear my clothes. Like it's not just like for Black people.
You gotta save some details so I get to interview.
Hello everyone! Welcome to Left Side of Fashion, your fashion edutainment. This segment, Eco AF, I, Bunny Yan, will be inviting students from around the world to share their kick-ass eco projects. Today, we're going to talk to Phil. He is going to tell us how he pulled off a zero-waste fashion shoot for $0. What?
Yeah, so my name is Philip White. I'm a rising junior at the Fashion Institute of Technology.
Oh, yeah. FIT is also my alma mater. Please tell us your collection and how that came about.
All right, so my first collection, it was called Roses and Denim, Fallen Roses. So basically, I pretty much had an idea that I was sitting on for years with using like denim. And as you can see right there, like denim and like this fabric, that stripe that I had. And this is also me in the studio at like 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure out like how I wanted to present it and everything. So yeah, this is pretty much like this was my first collection that I ever did and like published. Normally I'm helping other people out with like big collections, like backstage. Sometimes even modeling too. So I actually lost my my godmom. So that pushed me to just like take the thoughts that I had and translate them into like clothing. So at the time, like it was really low for me, but I tried to like find like an activity which was sewing to like get my mind off of like being sad and kind of like celebrate her life in that sense. But also like the roses was for her. Like that's why it's called Fallen Roses.
I love how you are combining secondhand shopping with clothing that you made out of fabric. So
yes.
These pants here was something that you found, then you
yes.
altered, correct?
Yes, yes. I went to Brooklyn and I went to the Goodwill off of Smethurhorn, and that's why I like found these pants at, and they were like in the men's section hiding for like from me. See, I think I bought them for like $11 or $12, and I was just like, I love these pants. Like my style, I feel like my style is like 90s. So I feel like this really set a tone for like going forward, like how to like mix like, you know, like upcycle with like current styles and also like taking inspiration from the 90s. My friend who's in accessories design at FIT too, he's actually like really good at sewing. I was like, hey, I have this crazy idea of putting like a zipper inside these pants. Could you help me? And he also helped me with the jacket too, with like the patterning and the sewing. So that was really, really helpful. And also, mind you, like I have no money doing this. So it was just like, it was literally like off like the strength and like off the knowledge of just like what he learned in class, like what I know, and like how can you combine our two like ideas together.
I see that all the little details you had on the pants, the zipper, the appliques, and they all from the scrap pieces that you guys cut off.
Yes,
correct?
Exactly.
Like let's use every single piece.
Exactly.
And the spirit of thrifting and the spirit of not wasting material is something that I think we should all bring back. Right now we're tossing away clothing like so nonchalant because we no longer have that connection of like this is something precious, this is something important. And I have the picture here where you have the leftovers and then you cut into strips and use it somewhere else. And now let's get to that interesting part that you told me the story of with $0 and you need to try to put together a show and put together that fashion shoot.
And I saw a photographer named Tony just like sitting there and I was just like, I'm gonna ask her if she can do me a favor. So I was like, hey, hey, are you a photographer? She was like, yeah. I was like, what's your Instagram? And then from Instagram, I just saw her work and I was just like, okay, this is cool. Like, and then mind you, like, this is like a week before like my shoot that I'm trying to do. So literally she was like, yeah, I'm free that day. I'm gonna just put in like a request so that we can get the studio and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Got the photographer. And I'm like, how much are your rates? It's like $40. I said, what? Say less. So I don't know how I got the 40. I think I was actually working at the time too. So I think like that paycheck, I was just like, all this is going towards this. She literally like took the concept and ran with it. And I didn't really have to tell her to do like too much. And like she was very professional with how she like shoot. So shout out to Tony for that. So that's how I found the photographer, the female white model. Her name is Christy Lynn Daly, and she's like aspiring model. She's also in my major. Like this is my first collection. I was like, you know, I want to show like diversity, and I want to show like inclusivity of that. Like, you know, like you can be a white ally and still like wear my clothes. Like, it's not just like for Black people. Like, it's not for any kind of person. It's literally for anybody. Like, African American model here, his name is Trevor. He also go by Finesse. That's like his nickname. But yeah, so I followed him on Instagram. We was following each other for like, I would say like a couple of months, but never met each other, never talked to each other before. Like maybe like sent like comments to each other, and we met the same day of the shoot. And from there, it literally just been like sparks. We formed our friendship, which was like kind of cool.
This jacket is thrifted, is one of the pieces, correct?
This jacket made me catch like a lot of friends. Like everybody was like, "Yo, who are you? Like, what do you do? How can I get this jacket off?" I'm like, "It's not for sale, sorry."
Yeah, it's a jacket. It's not your personality at all. It's not your sunny disposition or the fact that you talk to anybody around you.
And I also want to shout out my friend Kia, because I also needed an assistant because I had like too much stuff going on. Like I was trying to like get people, trying to style people. Like it was a lot going on, but she really came through, gave me a different perspective of like how I could get my point across. So come to find out, the two models, they knew each other, but the dynamic was incredible. Like I didn't have to do no directing. Like it looked bomb, honestly.
I know when the energy flows, it just flows, right?
In these pictures, like you can see, like I have a diverse cast of models for my show for the Black Student Union, and like the model that's in the middle, like he's homosexual, and I like when they was trying out, I was like, hey, this is perfect. Like the way how he wore the jacket and the way how I could style him, it was a little bit better because like I could take a risk, and like he was willing to like take the risk with me, so it wasn't like an issue.
And although yes, you might have paid $40 on your show instead of $0, that's still badass. And the fact that you just pull anybody, you know, we get so tired of like just to do that first ask because it's scary. Rejection is scary, but you also would not know what kind of opportunity and what kind of gorgeous collaboration you could have had when you just ask. At Left Side of Fashion, what we want to do, not just creating edutaining videos, we want to bring the community together, want to share these knowledge. Any of the videos resonate with you?
Yeah, so the plastic one, I really do feel like that's a big topic right now. What's the trends for like 2021, 22, and like everybody's going like eco-friendly. So I'm just like, hey, I'm ahead of the game. I'm happy like I saw that before they did. So like scientists and like fashion designers need to like come head to head to be like, hey, let's change the world, and like this is how we're gonna do it.
Awesome. It got me on sustainability part is a transformation part for sure. Fashion waste can go into industry like construction or farming or what have you. Like your creativity is not like it is limitless. You get a chance to shout out another student that you want to be see on EcoAF.
I'm gonna shout out George. His brand is called Official. It's called like Jack M, but it stands for something else. But I'll let you talk to him. But he's like on the whole wave of like sustainability. Like he literally was growing kombucha leather underneath his bed. Kombucha leather underneath his bed, and he also makes. Like he also uses scraps to make like some of his things too, which I love.
You gotta save some details so I get to interview him, you know, and you gotta give some time to George so he can talk about that.
I mean, I just
it's
love
like a second episode after this one.
He's a great person, so that's why I can speak highly of him.
Great, and I know you got so many other friends, so I'll be talking to them one by one. Thank you so much for being here
Thank you so much, Bunny. Thank you.
You have a great day and enjoy the rest of sunshine. It's still beautiful.